Alright, so these little, whatever you call them, kind of like a bushing, I'll pull those out again, so I don't need them to be a part of the cleaning process here. So Formula 409, I'm going to use some white Scotch-Brite. And on this restoration, I am not looking to improve the looks of the plastic as far as defects goes. I need to be able to salvage. Actually, I'm going to remove these rubber bushings as well. So what I'm wanting to do is to get this good and clean, and also I'm really looking to remove any oxidation. You know, high spots, flaky spots, anything like that on the stickers, I want to remove that. Alright, so we'll let this dry by all means, but I'm guessing that we're going to look a lot better here than the other side where it hasn't been cleaned. Wow, isn't that something? That really speaks volumes about how dirty this was. Alright, I'm going to get a regular screwdriver and get these bushings pulled out of there. Whoa, hey now. Alright. So we try to remember that the small side goes on the top. Okay, now I can clean that quite a bit easier. I can't believe how dirty this stuff is. Okay, wipe that out real nice and clean. See, I just could never have done a quality job with those bushings there. They had to come out. All right. And now with this white Scotch-Brite, you can get pretty serious with it, and you're not going to hurt anything. You're not going to leave a bunch of scratches around. Really try to get into the nooks and crannies if you can, because we will be clearing this, so if there's dirt, you're gonna be clearing over it. We do not want to do that. Really get down in there. Boy, that sure does look a lot better. Alright, I got to do this little spot here. Good, there's a little white spot there that didn't seem to want to go away. Well, it's gone now. All right. This is ready to clear then. Oh, there's a kind of a goofy looking little spot right there and right there, like maybe something dripped on it, and I don't really care for the look of that, so let's get a little bit more spray on here. Doesn't seem to be going anywhere. Well, this is really all I can do. And let's wipe it down again. Yeah, those spots didn't go anywhere. Me scraping on it with my thumbnail does nothing at all. It's like I don't know. It's like kind of, you see, oh yeah, you can see that really well. It's like a defect in the plastic. I don't know, but that's the way it's gonna be, folks. So we're gonna let that dry for a little while, and then that can be cleared. And in the meantime, I'm getting a primer on the hinges. Before you know it, we'll be getting some black paint on those bad boys. While this is drying, and we're gonna go into, I'm gonna set this aside because I do not want any dirt at all anywhere near it. Okay, we're gonna be shooting this duplicate color wheel gloss on our tank. We're going to take a test shot and make sure that the tip is clear before we, okay, it looks good. Now we're going to take just real light coats over the stickers just to make sure that we aren't hurting anything, and we're not going to lift, or in other words, completely destroy those stickers, because they cannot be replaced, that I know of anyway. If anybody does know, by all means, please put that in the comments. I'm sure, you know, somebody out there has got a vinyl machine and can do stuff. This side's kind of already had a coat on it, and I've found no issues whatsoever with going over this sticker here anyway. Now I don't know if I'm gonna be a weirdo. If you guys have been watching the channel very much, you already know the answer to that, but anyway, like I don't know, if I'm gonna go way out and wet sand this stuff and polish it, I think that's just maybe too far. I'm sure there's customers out there that would love to see that done, and you know, have that quality of work, yet maintaining the original stuff. I just love this. I think it's really gonna be cool. All right, well, we're gonna let that sit for a good long while, and then we'll come back and start taking a peek at things. Hopefully everything is good with the stickers, and we don't, you know, if there's like really lifted corners or something, I'll take a razor blade and bend it so you can kind of flush cut with it, you know what I mean? And we'll nip off those little high spots. Otherwise, oh, for the love. Now there's a golden retriever hair here. How in the hell did that happen? Got it. Woo! That's a victory. All right. Well, I'm liking it already. Yeah, I really am. Kind of cool. Taking my DA with 180 grit. Let's see what we can do. Okay, yeah, I definitely still have a line there from when I bent on it with the seaming tool, and that's fine. I'm gonna leave that. All right, now we'll do roughly the same thing here. Kind of a hard surface to hold and sand at the same time, but all right, this little bit here, I'll get that by hand. And of course the point of all of this is, number one, to level things off, feather things out, get rid of any defects. And simply just to rough the surface up so that the paint has something to hold on to. All right. And that's all we needed to do then. Looking really nice. See, the edges are all feathered. Should be good to go. All right, I'm going to get myself a nice clean shop towel. And we'll get that nice and clean. Wow, what is something on the table? Got something sticky on there. All right, so that's ready to go, and we're gonna go ahead and hang it and prime it and cough in the microphone. And when we're done with all of that, we need to decide what in the world color are we gonna do on this. I don't know, but while the primer's drying, I'm gonna be trying to figure out what we can do. Because like I say, there's no matching that I don't even know exactly what that plastic will end up looking like once it's done being cleared. So black with a little gray. I don't know. That's all I can really think of. But we'll figure it out, and as soon as I know, you'll know. All right, we have our lid here. I don't know exactly what I'm wanting to do, so we're just going to go ahead and get started. So just going to stick that on there. Then I want to look on the corners and see how I'm lined up. I'm too far. Okay, so I'm too far this way and just fine here. So, all right, I'm gonna try to move that over a little bit. All right, that looks good. I like that. All right. That's I don't know. I'm just thinking. Just thinking. So I'm going to line that up right along the side of this. Let me get, let's see, I got scissors right here. Let's see, I'm gonna cut that off. And then I'm gonna run along this edge. All right, I like that. I'll wrap that under. All right. So now we're gonna take our stencil and just kind of start looking at things. Yeah, I don't mind that right there. I'm gonna dig around and see what I've got for different tapes for going along the edge here, and taping the stencil down. I'm not sure just what I want to do yet. Let's see, I'm gonna take that off. I'm going to take this off and start over, is what I'm gonna do. If I change my mind, I can always put it back. All right, so now I am going to take this tape okay, now so what I'm looking at doing here is, no, I don't want that. All right, I'm gonna throw that piece of tape away and go back to how I had it. All right, so we'll take this piece of tape back and put it back where we had it. All right, I like that. Yeah, looks good. All right, now we'll take these pieces of tape and put them back where we had them. And that's the purpose of this tape and the piece here is to locate this so I can remove it and reliably put it back in the space that I had found it. Because I'm probably going to have to do that. All right, so we're back where we started. We're going to take our stencil here and all right, so I'm going to go look for a little bit narrower tape. I'll be right back. All right, just kind of experimenting with what I'm doing here. Let's see here. Oh, I'm not sure. How am I doing this? So, there really isn't that much to talk about, I guess. I'm gonna get myself a pen. I took a speed square, get myself a nice 45 on this tape. I'm gonna take the scissors and cut that. Work with me, tape. All right, here we go. All right, so now I'm gonna place this stencil approximately where I want it. All right, now we'll take this stencil, get out of my way. I'm gonna get this on down, lined up with that tape, you know, this piece here. All right, that doesn't look right. It doesn't look right at all, or even remotely close to it. I'm not sure why. So it's telling me that, and I mean, I want to trust the angle. Let's just go ahead and put that on there and let's see what things look like. So I'm not sure that I have a problem with that. Ah, yeah. All right, I think that looks right. So we're just gonna put that on there for now. Okay, so then we'll take this piece here, and that already has its 45 on it from cutting that other piece off. Okay, so that's roughly where we want to be. Let's see here. I'm going to take this off and see what I can do to have some kind of a line I can follow from this. It's kind of what it looks like. Now we'll put this back where it ought to be. It's hard to not move it when I take my hands off of it. Okay, so now we're going to try to line up with this, and I don't know that I like that. Oh, all right. Well, honestly, I don't mind that a bit. Yeah, I don't mind that a bit. I think that looks I think that's great. All right, we're gonna get this out of our way because it's underneath the stencil. All right, now I'm going to put a couple of holes in this so that I'm more confident of getting it stuck down where it should be. So give me a moment and I'll get what I need to do that. All right, I got myself a hole punch here. It's kind of on the big side, but let me try to find one smaller. All right, I found one that is quite a lot smaller. Beautiful. Nice little hole. I'm going to do one above and below each letter. Alright, then I'll get a Allen wrench and see if I can't knock those out of there. And poof, they go everywhere. Well, I don't know exactly about poof, but you get the gist. All right. So let's see. Yeah. Well, definitely want to put it on the right way. Okay. All right. I like that right there. All right. So I'm going to try to use some of the tape I've got laying all over here. All right. So that's looking like, you know, something that's going to work for me. Tape down. Definitely want everything taped real securely. Don't want any paint sneaking underneath where it shouldn't be. Because if it does, of course, then we got to start over. And I'm going to pass on that. Hey, okay, all right. So, let's see right there. Get that nice and sealed. And remember now, while, you know, if you're doing anything like this, make sure that the tape stays sealed. You know, it could, you know, let go or, you know, whatever. All right, let's see here. This is not what I want to do. This is not what I want to do. I am going to undo everything I just did. This isn't what I am wanting. Too many things going on in my head right now, so I'm kind of thinking one thing and doing another. You know what I'm saying? All right. Now, boy, this is really not easy to, what am I wanting to do here? See, I was wanting to tape, you know, get this, the angled stuff right where I want it, because I want that to be blued as well. But that makes it almost impossible to tape down the stencil, as I gotta have tape there. And that's not gonna allow me to do that. Well, I guess now I gotta put the tape back on, because I got no options there. I gotta do, I mean, if I do that blue stripe, that's fine, but it's gotta be after I do the stencil. I can't do them at the same time. All right, that's okay. That's okay, no worries. And it doesn't seem like the tape minds. It's good to run your thumbnail over all the seams. It really helps seal it. All right, get this back down. All right. Well, that's all we can do there. So let's find the. Yeah, this is what I'm using here. This stuff right here. All right, I'm gonna shake that for a little bit. Okay. Okay, just gonna leave that. Just gonna leave that for now. Let it, I don't know, I mean the stencil looks kind of shady, so I don't think this is actually gonna work. I think I'll most likely end up, I don't know what. I'm not sure what I could do. But Okay, well, we're gonna let that be. We'll come back in a little while. Hey, I just wanted to show you quick. I'm gonna unmask this. Well, I don't know. It's not great. I don't know. It's really not as good as I'd like to see. I'll have to scratch my head on that. I don't know. Not, you know, it's just not very well defined. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not thrilled with that. Just no way to make it better with this stencil. I can't make it any crisper than that. Ah, boy. Trying to think of a way I could clean it up. I don't have anything coming to mind, I gotta admit. I don't. I don't know. I got tape stuck to my butt. Well, I guess no sense in me standing here thinking you guys are probably getting real sick of that, but I don't know. I don't think that's crisp enough, especially between all the letters. It's just not good enough. Ugh. All right, so we have mineral spirits on our rag here, and all right, I'm gonna let that sit for right now. I'm just gonna let that be for right now. So I'm actually kind of starting to like that a little bit. Pardon me. So kind of getting like an old weathered look, which is exactly how the stickers are, because the stickers are all original. So we might be onto something here. So let's just let this kind of dry some more, and we'll see what we can do. All right, well, I guess anything worth a hoot is worth fighting for, so I think we might find ourselves with a really nice finished product here. We shall just have to wait and see. Well, I don't know. I think that's not too bad. I can live with that. Okay, so now, well, actually, no. I was gonna start masking this off to make this blue and this part underneath each piece of tape. I want that blue, and then everything else silver. Unfortunately, yeah, I'm not gonna be able to do that because that paint is very much still fresh. It's probably maybe an hour old or so. All right, well, I guess that pretty well means then we got to set this aside, and we'll have to get to it tomorrow. So stick around, folks. We will eventually get this little project done. Keep in mind that, you know, I'm just doing all of this stuff with a Rust-Oleum rattle can, and you know, so that's the most inexpensive way for everyone to learn how to do something like this. If I was doing this like on a vehicle, I've got, you know, I'm using a really great gun, really good materials, not a rattle can. So it isn't as easy. using what we're using here, especially the stencil is just a business card, you know, so, but I'm doing what I can with what we got, and that's, you know, I'm not here to see how we can spend the most money. Definitely not the point. Okay, so we'll be back tomorrow, and with the magic of the camera, you won't even notice I'm gone. Hey folks, let's see. Let me get myself in the screen. I suppose I should show my face once in a while, huh? Alrighty, here is our Kawasaki gas tank. So let's get you in close to look. Alright, so what you see, all the dark spots, those are, you know, left imperfections, I guess I would say, in the clear coat finish that we put on this. Alright, so it really didn't look very good. You know, that's the best of what it would have looked like. But remember, this didn't get UV damage because the seat was covering it. So this stuff here, this is all beat up because it got all the sun. And I'm pretty sure this machine wasn't driven a lot, but it did spend all of its time in the sun. Let's see, so, and I mean, this is after a lot of time wet sanding. I spent a lot of time on this. It is amazing how nice this feels because these stickers are seriously junk. But hey, now they have a new lease on life because they're covered with clear coat, and which has UV protectant. So that's going to save these stickers and make them last for who knows how long. All right, so what I'm going to go ahead and try to do then is to clear coat this. I've cleaned it all off as best as I can, and so, and like I say, there are, you know, you can see all the little low spots, there's imperfections. I'm hoping that doesn't really show because, I mean, like I say, I've wet sanded forever on this. The plastic was really not in good shape. So we're gonna see what this looks like with a fresh coat of clear on it, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna be pretty nice. It might not be, you know, because we are using duplicolor wheel clear, wherever that is. So if, you know, we go bigger money in the future on our restorations, then quite likely I'll go with an automotive clear coat. My only concern though is that an automotive clear coat seems to be more of an aggressive, it's got more aggressive chemicals in it versus this wheel clear. So my point is that I'm worried that the chemicals in an automotive clear would damage these stickers. One of these days we'll have to experiment when I happen to have some clear mixed up. Maybe I got some old four-wheeler around that I don't care about. Maybe I could shoot that sticker and see if it lifts or damages it at all. Okay, well, I will go ahead and spray this, and whenever it is that it's dry, most likely tomorrow, we will revisit this and see how it looks. And we'll also be working on our lid for this. Oh boy, yeah, I think that's gonna look real nice. That's pretty cool. I'm kind of proud of that. Well, I guess I'm counting a lot of chickens that haven't hatched yet, so hold your horses, and I'll get to clearing. All right. Hey, I got something to show you. Gas tank turned out here. Sorry, I just kind of grabbed the tripod and ran with it. Wasn't really prepared. So that is right after spraying, and that's what I'm using. Not too bad. Not too bad. It's unbelievably better than it had been. It is not perfect. There you can see that one spot there that I don't think anything's gonna make that one go away, most likely. But hey, you know, it's pretty darn nice for you know, it's not ever gonna be an expensive machine, so unless it really means something to you, I think this is a pretty good route. I'm liking it. Alright, I'm masking this off probably earlier than I ought to be, because I don't think that the blue paint there on DRG is very dry, but we're going to keep forging ahead though. Alright, then that can come off. Alright, so now I'm gonna, because I don't want to push down too hard on this, because I'm pretty sure I've already taken some of the curve out of this from pressing down on it. But anywho, now that we got it in our hands, let's make sure the tape is covering everything that it's supposed to and press down. Alright, let's shakety shake our paint, get her done. Alright, well, that's all I got for now. I'll come back and give this one more real good, nice wet coat, and then we'll let it sit. I'll probably come back in an hour or so after that second coat and get that masking off, and then tomorrow we're gonna make some magic happen, folks. Oh boy, I hope anyway. I don't really know, because you know, this isn't something I do every day, but I bet it's beautiful when we're done. Yeah, all right, so here I am, Mr. No Patience at all. Let's go ahead and start pulling some tape off. Yeah, okay, hey, that turned out all right, huh? Okay. You know what? I'm kind of proud of that. That's pretty cool. Yup. I think that's gonna look pretty nice. So I'm gonna wet sand all of this and kind of fade it and age it a little bit. Then we'll clear it. And once that's done, then I gotta mask this all off one more time and then spray this, because as you can see, there's silver overspray that magically got on the back side of this when it was hanging. You know, that's amazing that it would get all that overspray on it. But anyway, I'm very, very happy about this. I think that's gonna look very nice. Gonna be a quality little ride, hey? All right, well, for real now. That's enough of this project for today.